Hey, Dave and Kathren and family, how you doing? I just got your message and I thought it may be a good idea to just go ahead and make a short video just to let you know what's going on. And look, I just got a drafting table for my activity room. Isn't that cool? Isn't that just neat? I'm so glad I did. And I also got this uh, this wooden folding chair that actually converts into a step ladder. See, the seat kind of goes upward and hooks onto it, and then this extends upward and it turns into a step ladder. And I also wanted to let you know that I cleaned out the not only inside the refrigerator, but I also cleaned out underneath it. I took that bottom part out and I kind of tipped it over on its side and I cleaned it all out. And I got it to work. See here, look at that frost on it. See, and there's the temperature, and it's just barely into I don't know if you can see with the light. It's just barely into the freezing temperature inside here, and right here is the. Oh, can you see that? It's just in the refrigerated. It's on the high end of the refrigerated category, almost to freezing, and then this one is just barely in the freezing category. So it works. You can see I got some water in there, and I'm gonna probably get some other coolers in there. And I really scrubbed out the room here. I haven't I have not scrubbed out this room yet, but I kind of been waiting to get the needed equipment. There's much more piping on the ceiling in there, and I don't want to damage any of the pipes in there, so I'm just waiting until I have enough money to purchase the cleaning equipment. But this one I kind of scrubbed out, and as you can see, I kind of got it, furnished with some things here. Uh, and I wanted to let you know that, okay, I don't know if you had a chance to read any of what I've written. I kind of left some reading material for you to read at your leisure if you wanted to. It's up to you. If you haven't chosen to read it, I'm not offended or anything. You certainly don't have to, but it's enjoyable reading. And if you have read it, then you kind of can see that I consider quantum science a lot and fluxes in time. And, one thing that I want to encourage you to do if you want to is possibly meditating about something that happened. And I mean, just breathe and relax and meditate. And I don't want to make any anxiety or anything, but are you aware that when you came over one time, you came over and you dropped off an air filter and you asked me to leave the air filter outside so you could pick it up, the old air filter outside? And when you were there, I just brought it out to you, and then you let me know that you had gotten sick with the coronavirus, but you were all better by then. However, what happened was, are you aware that this was a flux in time that happened? You see, it wasn't until we started to talk and interact that a flux in time happened, and then you became sick. Like your past fluxed and changed, and you became sick. And so you may want to consider that. I'm glad you got better, but it could be that we also could have avoided, you know, something, uncomfortable like that altogether if we made the precautionary steps. And I just wanted to, to let you know that this is what happened. You came over and you had never gotten sick yet. And then once you were over here, your past flexed and changed and you had gotten sick. Are you aware that that is what happened? So just spend time thinking about that and meditating. Is that really what happened? I mean, if you're not aware of that yet, just spend time thinking about that and meditating. this very well could be, and that's something important to consider is safety precautions and things like that. However, one other thing to consider is that my brother, Ryan Rogers, see, long ago when before Flexin Time, he made an underhand. Like he made an underhand. Mortgage companies used to come over to fix our homes. Any repairs that needed to happen with the home, we would call the mortgage company and notify them, and they would come over and fix things. And they would also come over to do the yard maintenance as well. Ryan, my brother, made an underhand. See, he's a bad person. Okay. And we've been paying money to mortgage companies ever since, and we've never been receiving these services ever since then. He made it all stop, and mortgage companies haven't been doing that since. And yeah, this was several flexes in time ago. So I have a great need to avoid exploitation. I do not want to be exploited, and I'm going to avoid it. In fact, I have that determination now, you see. And I guess I do have a concern with the lawnmower in the garage. I am concerned. I don't think that it's something I'm comfortable with. You see, Ryan is trying to make these gradual flexes in time, and he wants to get it so I'm exploited. Now, the lease agreement, he also is responsible for me losing for driving me into poverty and homelessness. I have a need to avoid homelessness, and it is a necessary part of the lease agreement that ICANN has with each of its clients, the tenants, to not do the yard work. I mean, the landlord has to be responsible for that, and that's just across the board with any tenant they have. If they're in a lease agreement with anybody who's overcoming homelessness, it's a necessary part of the lease agreement that they not do the yard work at all. The landlord has to trim the bushes and also mow the lawn, and if it's with a management company, if that's okay, and if it's contracted with a yard maintenance company, that's okay. However it can be done is however it can be done, and it's okay. It's just the tenants can't mow the lawn, and it's a necessary part of the agreement. And so I don't want to end up mowing the lawn myself ever. So, I don't want to lose my lease agreement. I mean, it could be that ICANN will terminate it with me if I mow the lawn. So there really is an issue there. So I guess I'm just letting you know that there is a category that I feel uncomfortable with. So, but anyways, I hope your son Sam, is doing well and everything. I certainly don't want this to be an inconvenience for him, but I don't think it's the best thing to do. One other thing that I wanted to bring to your attention is that I have all these boxes here. I'm gonna break them all down sometime and throw them away or put some in storage. I'm gonna fold them up, fold the larger ones up and put it into storage for a reason. But anyways, here along this wall, see, here's the washer and dryer, and here's along this wall. Up there, see, directly above is the kitchen, and then over there on that side of the wall, above ground level, is the garage. And one night I left the light on in the garage, and I turned off all these lights in here, and a glowing light shined through here. You could see a glowing light shine from the garage through here. And I kind of looked into it more closely, and I realized that there was a draft, a small draft. So I went outside and I went into the garage, and those insulation you could get at Home Depot. I went and got some insulation and I kind of put it there for the winter. Now the weather's warming up, and at some point I'm going to go ahead and roll up that insulation because I don't need it as much. But I thought you should know that there is a small draft. There's a crack somehow right there, and light shines through into it, and also you could feel the cold air, the cold draft. Just wanted to let you know. I'm not too concerned about it, but it's something you may want to consider by next winter. If you wanted to do something about it, you can. And other than that, things are looking pretty okay. I mean, I'm doing okay, and I'm very happy that I got some more furnishings. I hope you're doing well too, and maybe we'll have a chance to comfortably visit, sometime. Although I wanted to let you know I prefer to keep to myself and not interact too much. But every now and then it's good to touch base to, let you know how I'm doing or whatever. So okay, immunity forte. That means I wish you good health. Immunity forte. That's Italian and or Latin. Okay, so immunity forte. Goodbye.